Carl David Anderson, Carl Thomas, Karl Mays. More Karl Mays, 142 of 149, the greatest New York Yankees of all time, 224 of 511, the best baseball players not in the Hall of Fame, 185 of 278, the best starting pitchers of all time. Karl Hiaasen. More Karl Hiaasen, the best Karl Hiaasen books, 46 of 172, the best crime authors, 57 of 103, the best young adult authors. Carl Friedrich Gauss, Karl von Clausewitz, Karl Benz, Karl Benz, Karl Switzer, Karl Nix, Karl Liebknecht, Karl Theodor Dreyer, Karl Maria von Weber, Karl Craig, Karl Dnitz, Karl Icahn, Karl Banks, Karl Popper. Or 21 of 532, the best drummers of all time, 102 of 346, the best electronica artists. Carl Gustaf Emil Mannerheim, Carl Edwards, Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach, Karl Levin, Karl Frock. More Karl Frock, 33 of 67, the best boxers of the 21st century, 35 of 74, the best active boxers in the world right now. Karl Czerny, Karl Panzram, Karl Panzram, Karl Linnaeus, yes, Karl Popper, Karl Malden. Or Karl Malden, 401 of 1883. The greatest actors and actresses in entertainment history, 73 of 461, the best TV actors of all time. Carl Wilson. More Carl Wilson, 272 of 603, the best rock vocalists, 607 of 739, the best singers of all time, 225 of 298, the best frontmen in rock. Karl Soderberg, Karl Hubel, Karl Crawford, Karl Mecklenburg, Karl Sandburg. Or Karl Sandburg, 23 of 118, the best American poets, 62 of 369, the greatest poets of all time, 92 of 168, the best poets of the 20th century. Karl Eller, Or Karl Eller 228 of 1323, the best football players ever 17 of 96, the greatest defensive ends of all time 14 of 83, the greatest defensive tackles of all time. Karl Perkins. Or Karl Perkins 392 of 1728, the best rock bands of all time 115 of 193 rock stars whose deaths were the most untimely 673 of 1891, the greatest musical artists of all time. Karl Yazdemski. Or Karl Yazdemski 320 of 904, celebrity death pool 2021 1548 and 1816, the best athletes of all time 9 of 146, the best Boston Red Sox of all time. Carl Cox. Or Carl Cox, the best Carl Cox albums of all time 19 of 330, the best DJ in the world right now 2 of 418, the most influential DJ of all time. Karl Malone. Or Karl Malone 37 of 150 athletes you didn't know were conservative 14 of 786, the top NBA players of all time 4 of 161, the best NBA players with no championship rings. Karl Pilkington. Karl Pilkington. Karl Jung. Or Karl Jung 129 1355, the greatest minds of all time 226 2443, the most influential people of all time 176 403, famous role models we'd like to meet in person. Karl Urban. Karl Urban. Karl Bernstein. Karl Rove. Karl Rove. Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan. Karl Marx. Or Karl Marx, the best Karl Marx quotes 346 of 1172, the best writers of all time. Carl Lewis. Carl Lewis. Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers. Karl Reiner. Karl Reiner.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.